Hi, it's Ashley from AB Sound Advice. Well, this has been a long time waiting. The new M5a. Well, the M5 has been around a while, and today we're now looking at the new M5a. And again, that is one serious lift. That is a lot of weight sitting right in front of you. Now, we'll just quickly go and have a look at the specs on this. So on the M5 we're dealing with a 9 to 16 volt operating voltage, obviously monoblock, so one channel. Continuous into 4 ohm it will give you 2670. Continuous into 2 ohm is 4666. And into 1 ohm we have a 8000 RMS. And its dynamic output at 1 ohm is 10,000. Its maximum current draw is 800 amp. You're going to need to make sure you've got some decent battery power for this. And of course we have a frequency response of 13-208 Hz, noise to signal ratio of 96 dB. We have a dampening factor of 210, and we have a RCA input sensitivity of 8 volt through to 0.2 volt. And of course the bass controller, which we'll go through in a moment, and 3 times 0 gauge inputs, speaker outputs 10 gauge, and let's take a look. Now, we've also got the QC certificate for the M5a in front of us, which has passed all the tests. And again, we have the bass controller, digital bass controller, which is important to have. You've got the voltage and the clipping light on it, so you're aware of what battery voltage you have down at the battery side of the car, which I think is important. And you also have your bass controller cable and your 2 Allen keys, one for the power and one for the speakers. Now, this is a serious lift, so I'm just going to spin this around so we can have a look. And again, this is one heavy amplifier. We can see here on our input side, ground, positive, ground, remote, 12 volt, and again positive, positive, ground. So 3 0 gauge inputs, and I'll just spin this around. This is probably heavier than some of DD's big subs, by the way. This is one serious amplifier. And then down this end we have our input, gain, subsonic, low pass, remote, and again the Z VL input, which again, as I said, there'll be a product preview on that, and of course your speaker outputs. And as I said, she is a serious lift. Now we'll just see if I can get that around the back. So on the back of this you can see we do have the cooling fan, and that is one serious kit. So I'll just bring that back around. Yes, you can go another quality DD product where you have to be a weightlifter to lift some of this stuff. If you own a fast car, it won't be fast once you've loaded it up with a few of these amplifiers and some of these subs. You'll have to make sure you do some engine work. You're going to need that to drag all the stuff along with you. Wow, so what a serious amplifier, and I absolutely love, as I've mentioned before, the M series is the top of the range from DD, and the M5, wow, the M5a is just a fantastic amplifier, and I'm looking forward to the first person in the Southern Hemisphere to purchase one of these. We will look after somebody if they're interested. This is the only one that's in the New Zealand and Australian market at this point. And wow, great to have the first one. So if you'd like to know more information about the new M5a, you can duck on to ddaudio.com, or I'm not even sure if this is on our New Zealand and Australian sites, but you can also check out hifihq.co.nz for New Zealand, or hifihq.com.au, and if it isn't there, then of course just back to ddaudio.com. I definitely know the M5a is there. So I hope you've enjoyed today's product preview on the new M5a, and again, thank you for tuning in to AB Sound Advice.